Welcome to The Good Agent. I'm your host, Ed Troxel, video coach and online business coach, helping you grow your business with video. We're going to be showcasing a few items here. Items. I'm looking at Instagram. Let me just say this. Those of you who are watching the replay slash listening to the podcast episode, it's a experimental day here for episode 2 of The Good Agent. So you can't see it, but I have my Instagram live on my iPhone. I'm using my other iPhone to stream live over on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and wherever else it's going. And then I have my notes off to the side, which we're going to start reading here in a second because we're talking about the 2023 marketing trends. Pulled some big, well, I guess they're not big, but I pulled some examples out of an article from Social Media Examiner that we're going to cover. So stick around, and at the end, we'll talk more about what you can expect for 2023. But this is kind of like the setup. So I'd like to explain it a little bit just for anybody who's curious. Don't try this at home. It's a lot of work. I feel like I never have enough iPhones or tripods. It's ridiculous. But we're here, we're testing it out, and that's what it's all about. It's about testing. So let's dive into today's episode, which is 2023 marketing trends. Now, before we do, I have to say it. If you're not on my email club, if you're not in my email club, go join that today. Make a note right now to sign up. If you need the link, send me a message wherever you're tuning into me from. Otherwise, it's in my bio on every social media platform you can find me on. Sign up for Handle Your Business. It comes out on Fridays. It's a weekly e-zine, a magazine that I send out to you. So then that way you will get business tips, tricks. It's scannable, it's quick, and it could definitely save your business. So take a look at that. Now, for 2023, the marketing trends, you jump in, join this conversation wherever you're tuning in from to let me know what you're seeing in your feeds, because what I'm about to share with you from Social Media Examiner are, we'll say maybe about 8 to 10 points that I'm pulled from them. And I'm going to share with you those, but I want you to understand that you have to also take into account your audience, your social platforms, and understand that these trends and what works for one account may not work for another. So really just take this with a grain of salt and compare it to what you're seeing in your space on the channels that you're showing up on. So let's dive into it. 2023 marketing trends from Social Media Examiner. I'm just going to read off a few that I pulled out. So first, before we jump in as well, please don't forget that anytime you are trying to market something, this is not from Social Media Examiner, by the way, this is from me. It's one of the things that I see a lot with people who are making content or who want to put on an event, but don't make any marketing materials for it. So anytime that you're putting on an event or you're creating a new service or you have something that you want to promote, please create at least one graphic for social media. Just one. That's all I ask, because whether it's you promoting it or you're sending it to your VA or your marketing team or your ads person, it doesn't matter. You need something. Every time you create something, whether it's an event or a service or a product, create a graphic. Just get in that habit right now for 2023, because it will save you and it will help you market that offer. So that's my Ed's tip right there for you. All right, so let's dive into the marketing trends from Social Media Examiner. So first off, I already said that. See, I'm reading from a script and I normally don't do that. So here we go. Please note that, see, I did it again. This is perfect. This is why we're experimenting today. And this is why I don't like reading from a script, by the way. Anytime that you're creating your videos, here's another Ed's tip. Anytime you're creating videos, go ahead and have your talking points outlined, but don't have a script. This is a little bit more of a script because I actually have text blocks from the article that I wanted to cover to make sure you get it. So now here we go. If from Social Media Examiner, if your target audience is over 30, they're likely to be on TikTok, which means your business should be on TikTok. I don't care how you feel about TikTok, just sharing information and sharing the trends here. Keep in mind that if you're going to be on TikTok, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on over there before you start posting. Because a lot of the times, what works on Instagram or Facebook or wherever else you're showing up doesn't work on TikTok. It's a different audience and it's a different style over there. So pay attention to what's going on first before you start throwing content over there. All right. Now we're going on to the next one. We're going to see a bigger push for YouTube for short form video content, YouTube Shorts, which we've heard because, of course, they are competing with TikTok, who has a lot of our eyeballs. And so you want to make sure that you're paying attention to YouTube Shorts, which, of course, you can take your Instagram Reels and put those over on YouTube. This is a great year for you to start getting more comfortable with YouTube, not just video. So in 2023, YouTube will be releasing its podcasting platform / section to a much wider audience to compete with Apple and Spotify. So let's just take a step back, because you might be listening to this or watching this on YouTube and wondering, why is Ed doing a live stream? Why is he putting his podcast in video format out there? Because I like to work smarter, not harder, right? Even though today we're struggling because we have a lot of things that we're testing out here, but that's okay. So what happens is, with YouTube, you have this platform that is huge. It's owned by Google, and it's very popular for all of us to go look for things, right? We go there and we look for something specific. And YouTube wants to make sure that it's getting not only our eyeballs, but also our ears. And so YouTube has been very popular for hosting podcasts. It's just now they're really starting to push because they want to compete with Apple and Spotify, just like Instagram, Facebook is competing with TikTok. So that's why they're bringing in the vertical videos. They're having the Reels take over. So same thing with YouTube. If you have a podcast, and this is something that I work with my clients, even though they're coming to me for video coaching, the program that I have set up for them, the Video Advantage, teaches them everything they need to know, not only for video, but for creating their podcast and having their podcast be in a video format if they choose to, which I hope you do. So if you're thinking about having a podcast this year, definitely get comfortable with being in front of the camera and having that be part of it. Get the video, get the audio, put it out there, and be able to use it wherever you show up online. All right, let's keep going on this list. From Social Media Examiner, this article, this is a quote here, my suggestion for those looking to grow their audience on YouTube is still to focus primarily on consistently uploading regular YouTube videos. Keyword consistently. That's going to be a keyword for you, whatever you do, whether it's videos or posting or emailing or communicating with your audience, your prospects, your leads, same thing, your clients, all of that. Okay. Then we want to go over to what does this mean for podcasters in the podcast discovery through an algorithm? You will finally arrive. This will solve one of the hardest parts about podcasting, how to get people to discover your show. So that's another thing tied in with YouTube, right? And it's hard when you have a podcast. Everyone says, "Yeah, let's start a podcast. We'll make it happen because I don't have to be on video. This is cool." You still have to market it, though. You still have to have people find you. And if you think just having the podcast is going to magically bring people around, it's not. You have to advertise it. You have to properly distribute it everywhere and still make sure to share that information out. So if you sign up for my Handle Your Business Weekly, it's free. You get it every week on Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific. When you sign up and get that, that's part of the email club, you'll see in there, I promote this show, The Good Agent. I have a link for people to catch up on replays. I have the graphic that I created to market this for, right? It's that consistency. It's being able to see it. It's being able to hear it. It's being able to have it on a regular basis. All right, let's keep going on this examiner. We got about 5 more to go here. 4 more. There'll be a rush for podcasters turning on their cameras. Yes, if you need help, you know who to call. And adding long form podcast episodes onto their YouTube channels, because YouTube typically wants long form videos, right? What this means for podcasters is the podcast discovery. Oh, that's what we were talking about. That's will make it happen for you. All right, so now let's talk about LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is it's a hit or miss here. How many of you are starting to increase your activity on LinkedIn? I know a few people I've talked to are very still timid about LinkedIn just because of its history. So hopefully these points from Social Media Examiner will help you. And if you want the full article, you can always message me and I'll send you the link, or just go to Social Media Examiner, their website, and find it there. It's called 2023 Marketing Trends. Now, for LinkedIn, I've got a couple 3 points here, and then we'll wrap it up. I like to keep these episodes short, try to shoot for about 15, 20 minutes. From Social Media Examiner, LinkedIn. Shorter form content is clearly performing better on LinkedIn than longer form. However, that's debatable. I just ran a poll just with my audience, which of course it's not like crazy big, but debatable. So again, take all this with a grain of salt, see what works for you and your audience and what you're noticing when you're on these platforms scrolling through the newsfeed. On LinkedIn, newsletters were rolled out at the beginning of 2021. They were really popular at first and people were jumping on those and they were getting crazy engagement on that. But that kind of has decreased. So keep an eye on that. See if that's going to be something that you give up here in 2023, or if you're going to continue with that. Personally, I haven't jumped on that because I already have an email list that I'm already working on and I don't need to put it on LinkedIn. And with LinkedIn's newsletter, it feels like I'm just creating another post because it's not like I'm collecting their email addresses and they're on a specific list. So it's just weird, in my opinion. All right, continuing with LinkedIn, videos will be seen less. This is very, very interesting because LinkedIn is trying to improve their video performance and they added closed captions in their videos across the board is what all the platforms want. But when it comes to LinkedIn, LinkedIn's a different beast. It's different. So this isn't to say don't do video on LinkedIn. Again, test it and see what happens. Similar to TikTok versus Instagram Reels, you have to understand that, again, it's different. So what works for you on one platform, in this case, let's say Instagram, sharing that reel over to your LinkedIn might not work because there's a different audience over there and they're looking for different things, which is why, in a way, this does make sense that video might be seen less on LinkedIn because the professionals are over there making quick notes and being able to read through things quickly on their breaks and whatnot. Little different than Facebook and Instagram. Despite this, despite having all the video features, they're just seeing that decrease there. So as with written content, keep your videos short as well. 30 to 60 seconds is ideal. Again, test that out. Try it with your audience, see what works. And then last but not least for LinkedIn, posts with images are performing better than those without. Have you found that to be true? That can be really interesting because we feel like we always have to add some form of media, whether it's an image, a GIF, a video, a live video, whatever it may be, right? So test this out. Posts with images are performing better than those without. As always, what works will depend on your audience, but overall, it seems that people like to see pictures and particularly faces on LinkedIn. Again, people like to see you, especially if you're trying to do business with them. We want to know, like, and trust you. And the best way to do that is to see you, to hear you, which is why it's important for you to step in front of the camera and start creating your video content. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be amazing. It just needs to start and you'll continuously move forward with that. That's also why I wanted to do this episode where I'm doing a Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, LinkedIn Live all at once, which is a little crazy and hectic, and I don't recommend you do this. But I wanted to do it to show you, well, one, for me to test out this setup, but two, to also show you how you can mess up during your episodes. I call everything an episode when it comes to video. So you can mess up during your videos, your episodes. It's okay. Keep moving forward. I'm sure at the end I'll watch this and I'll be like, oh, Ed, that was a terrible episode. Man, they're not going to listen to this and this wasn't helpful and blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I did what I said I was going to do. I shared the information I said I was going to share. And at some point, somebody's going to watch it and there's going to be some golden nugget that they're going to take out of it. That's all I need. So we're good. All right. So to wrap this up, make sure that you sign up for the Handle Your Business Weekly before Friday at 10 a.m. So if you need the link, message me on social. Otherwise, go to my bio and you'll be able to grab it there. And if you are looking to start your podcast and you want to add that video feature there, or you are starting to work with your videos and need to get better at it, message me. Let's talk. Let's see how I can help you and how you can start getting the video advantage over your competition. Until next week, which next week won't be a live because I have an all-day event that I have to I'm taking place at. Does that even make sense? Boy, we're doing good today. Next week we won't be live, but we will upload an episode so that way you'll still have it. And if you have any stories that you want to share with us, whether a story that you've worked with an agent, you are an agent, any kind of stories you want to share with us around your industry, feel free to send that over and maybe we'll share that on the podcast. So until next time, have a great, wonderful week and we will talk to you later. Take care.